You can find this animation on Lottie files. Let's try to describe it to the OpenAI's O3 model and see if the model can generate a similar animation using SwiftUI. I will make another video whereby we create this animation from scratch. But for now, let's try to get help from O3. I have already created the views in Xcode. So let's resume the preview. So we have the individual views in this Z-Stack parent container. It consists of the music icon, the circle, and the sparkle image. You have noticed here the sparkle image is on the top right of the music icon. That is achieved using the top trailing alignment. If I remove this parameter, it has moved to the center of the screen. So let's undo the change so that we have it at the top trailing. To try and generate the animation, we are going to use this prompt. So we want to create SwiftUI animations for the sparkle, circle, and music symbols. First, we create the animation of the sparkle. So we want to have a repeating spinning animation in clockwise direction. Using this easing function, if I go back to the animation again, the sparkle rotates, stops, and rotates again. To achieve that effect, we can use ease in out. If we use, for example, linear, it will rotate constantly without stopping. For the circle, we want to have two animations, a repeating spinning animation in clockwise direction using the same easing equation. We also want to animate the stroke start and the stroke end of the circle. So the spinning animation, the stroke start animation, and the stroke end animation happen at the same time. For the music symbol, we also want a repeating animation using Y offset from 0 to -10 so that it will move the symbol slightly upwards, and also scale only the Y parameter. The music symbol scales only the Y coordinate and moves slightly upwards at the same time. Lastly, we want to use face animator for all the animations. So let's copy the prompt and launch O3. I have the ChatGPT app already opened, so I'll press Option and space to bring the chat bar. I like using the chat bar because it is more handy. We can move it around the window. So let's paste the prompt and ensure we have O3 selected. Let's modify the prompt a bit and send it. So it is going to think through what it has to do in order to create all the animations we specified. You have seen it is now examining the various steps it has to take to generate the animation. It is now writing the code, so let's wait for a moment. After it writes everything, it has now applied the changes automatically, and the preview has been disappeared. So it removed the preview, but we can add it easily. It also removed the SwiftUI import, so let's add it. Then I'll add the preview. So we have some errors. Let's see if we can fix the errors. On the top we have 3 errors. So let's copy the error and add it as a follow-up prompt. Again, it is going to make the changes and apply them automatically. Let's fix the other errors as well. Now all the errors have disappeared and we have the final generated code. From the preview, the animation is quite similar to the one we found on Lottie files. So from here we can go ahead and modify this code to fine-tune the animation to your need. We can change the animation duration, any of the parameters for the sparkle, circle, and the music note symbol. You can find a link to the source code and the prompt in the description of the video.